So this was my first trip to Jamaica and my first vlog. Stay tuned. Hey y'all, welcome back to Cutting Up with Bay, and thanks for joining me on my first vlog. If it's not perfect, don't cut me a new one. Just bear with me while I get better at it. So I want to tell you guys about my experience going to Jamaica. My husband and I went to celebrate our 6th wedding anniversary, and we flew from Atlanta to Montego Bay, and this was really a fun trip. So after we hopped off the plane, this guy walked us to customs where we were able to get our passports stamped, and we were able to chill at Club Mobe for about 10 or 15 minutes until we got to our transportation. So our driver was pretty cool. He was also our little tour guide as we drove through the city. He stopped so we can get coconuts. He also stopped so we can get food and other trinkets. So we had to take our COVID test before we left Atlanta. So we went to CVS, got a free test. We got our results within about 12 hours. So we were able to print those results out, and we took those results along with our passports and travel documents, and we were all good to go. Now, we also will have to take another COVID test before we leave Jamaica, but I'll get into that later. So the first place we pulled up on was the Jerk Pit. And if you know me personally, you know that Sherry loves her some jerk chicken. I don't cook a lot of Caribbean food on my channel, and it's because I like to stick to my niche, which is soul food type of cooking, but I have no problem with expanding and trying some new recipes after all this deliciousness I see right here. Although jerk chicken is my favorite, the jerk pork was absolutely amazing. I also tried this red stripe, and I love, love, love it. The lemon was definitely my favorite. And this jerk chicken and these rice and peas were so freaking delectable, okay? They were so tasty, so juicy, yet so simple. Like, you cannot go wrong. Now we're gonna hop back on the road because it'll take about an hour and a half to get to where we're going. And as you can see, they have very similar stuff in America, like Burger King, KFC, etc. So we finally made it to the resort. I was kind of bummed out because I didn't get a chance to see the sun set over the ocean, but that's what I'm here for. So we have several days to make that happen. We stayed at the Hedonism Resort, and it's pretty cool here from what I can see. Now, we found this resort because we were actually looking for a dispensary that was nearby or close to a resort. And when we found out that this place had one, I mean, it was just a must that we stayed here. Now, as you can see, we walk into our room, minding our own business, and a crab pop out. Now, this crab must not know who he dealing with. I brought Chef Bay garlic butter and Chef Bay seasoning, and he was not having it. You see, he jumped his ass back fast. So tell me below in the comments, do you think I cooked him or do you think I spared him? Because I'm always prepared, okay? So as I stuck the key in the door, turned the knob, and walked in, I seen a pretty beautiful room, a nice comfortable looking bed, TV on the wall, fruit waiting, mirrors on the ceiling. You have a safe inside of this closet. You have a fully stocked refrigerator. The jacuzzi or hot tub is really lit, like literally lit. And I'm definitely loving this. Not to mention the breeze out here is unmatched. It feels so calm and so soothing and relaxing. We decided to go to one of the many restaurants that they had open, and we got some food. We laid down, and here we are the next morning. Beautiful sunrise, soft, calming, relaxing waves crashing. And I'm so excited because it's time to get the day started. So this is just a quick little overview of how it looks in the daytime. So we decided now it's time to go get some breakfast, and I really love the selection. They had fresh fruit juice, mango carrot juice, amongst other types of beverages, not to mention mimosas and other premium beverages. Hey, it's all inclusive, so whatever you want, they have. As you can see, they have some sausage and potatoes. They have baked beans. I ended up getting an omelet because that's my favorite. I got my omelet with some bacon, some cheese, spinach, mushrooms, and onions. So make sure you let me know in the comments below, what do you like in your omelet? Now, the curry, the jerk chicken, my baby even got some pasta. All of this stuff was so delicious, flavorful. The texture on everything was right. The spices, the seasonings. I absolutely adore Jamaica. As you can see, they have an assortment of drinks as well. I kind of stuck to the pina coladas or the strawberry daiquiris, but the next time I go, I'm gonna have to turn up for real. Growing up, I always wanted to go to Jamaica, and this trip really exceeded my expectations, not only about the country itself, but just about the culture, and I cannot wait to come back. Did I mention that? As you can see, it was kind of hard for me to loosen up, but after about 3 or 4 mimosas, I was definitely feeling myself okay. And shout out to my husband. He's the best. I just want to thank him for being the best husband. I try to be the best wife I can be, and that's all you can ask. So the rest of this night, we went and chilled on these chairs. We chopped it up. We laughed. We conversed amongst each other, and we were just getting ready for the next day. So we decided to head over to the dispensary and see what it was hitting for. And I really like the dispensary here. I won't go into all the details. You can look at the frequently asked questions on the card. You could take a look at the inventory really quick right here. And I don't want to get into it with YouTube, so we're going to skip all the details. You can ask them in the comments below. So I'm a very laid back, chill, calm type of person. So I don't mind that the resort is practically empty and there's no one here. For some weird reason, I actually enjoy myself better when there's not a lot of people around and I can just chill and do me and not have to worry about a crowd of crazy people and what they up to. Now, this resort also has a store, and as soon as I walked in, this was the first thing I saw. Seasonings, spices, hot sauce, you name it. So y'all know I had to grab some. Each and every staff member that I came across was so kind, was so welcoming, was so informative and knowledgeable, and I totally love that about this resort. We wanted to fill up on all the goodies they had in the store because today was our actual anniversary, so we were going to head over, catch a boat ride to Lobster Island, and see what we can see. Lobster Island was about 15 minutes away, and there was a nice gentleman who was waiting by the tourist area looking for tourists to, show around the island. And once I started blabbing and running my mouth about how I wanted some really good seafood, he had the answer. And as I mentioned, I'm a water sign, so I was totally with this. My husband was shook. Good thing is my husband's tough, so he was able to get over his fear real quick. And once I slid him a little mimosa, yes, I brought some mimosas on the boat, some champagne, and some orange juice, okay? He was able to loosen up a little bit, and his nerves was able to escape. And shout out to our captain. He was definitely a real one. And whenever we go back, I'm gonna make sure I find him so he can take us back to Lobster Island. He did allow us to sightsee for about 10 or 15 minutes before we got straight to the island. And this is some of the footage that I got. This is so gorgeous, and this scenery is just beautiful. It's so beautiful. I'm over here skinning and grinning. As you can see, I'm smiling from ear to ear because I'm just really in my element and in my zone. Now, I was not prepared for what was about to happen next, or I would have been recording already. I seen a cage in the water when we pulled up. This guy and the little boy pulled the cage out of the water, and voila, lobsters, crabs, shrimp. Oh my, you guys, I am just astonished, amazed, and just blew back by this. I couldn't believe I was part of a real life catch and cook. So the guy ended up taking the lobster to the chef, and the chef split the lobster down the middle, and he got to work on that bad boy. This is the place I went to, and I cannot wait to come back. Did I mention that already? So I couldn't help but to kind of lurk and be thirsty and try to get a glimpse of what he had going on. And when I tell you this lobster smells so good, I could literally steal it right off the grill, sit in the sand, and just go to town. This lobster was hands down the best meal that I had while I was in Jamaica. The resort has some pretty good food, but I also didn't get a chance to try all the resort food because of COVID. And I was kind of bummed out by that because they had so many options. They had a hibachi option at the resort, a place called Pastafari where it's like Italian meets Jamaican, a place called Flame on the resort, which is given, romantic type of vibes. And they have like the normal little beach grills where you can go up and get some jerk chicken, etc. And they have the traditional like dine-in buffet type of area, and that's basically what was open the whole time. That big, juicy, buttery lobster tail had to been the best lobster tail ever. So now that I've stuffed my face, we have the rest of our evening to celebrate our anniversary. And since it only took us 10 to 15 minutes to get here by boat, we're gonna head back, take a nap and chill. And now we're ready for the finale, which is a private candlelit dinner under the stars. This is an exclusive cuisine paired with premium wines, and I'm really impressed. The candlelit dinner consisted of lobster and aged beef tenderloin. It came with an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert. And like I said, I'm definitely impressed, and I'm definitely loving what I see here. And I want to thank my husband and the staff for making this happen. Everything was so perfect, so tasty, so different. And I don't even want to think about the fact that we have to go home tomorrow. I should have just booked a 10-day trip, but these 3 days are perfect. And I'm already trying to find an excuse and a reason to come back. I definitely didn't want the night to end, so I slowly ate. I procrastinated. I just didn't want to go back to our rooms or anywhere else, just stay there. So after we ate our dessert, we had a couple more drinks and we laid it down since we had an early flight. So as you can see, it's the next day, beautiful and bright outside. We had to stop at the duty free so we can get some little trinkets like keychains, postcards, and there you have it. We had an amazing time. Thank you guys so much for watching our video and stay tuned for more.